everyone, and welcome back to the Science Corner. For today, grab your science kit, grab your list of supplies, and let's see what we need for today. We are still on Investigation 2, Part 4. We're going to need our science notebook and pencil. We need our Pebbles, Sand, and Silt book, our clay cube, which we put in a cup. We also need our vial. You should have one, you might have two. I have two because remember, I shook one, and the other one, I just dropped the ball in and I didn't shake it. We're going to need another cup with water. We're only going to need a little bit of water. And that is it for today. So go ahead and move your kit out of the way and we will get started. So let's start by reviewing what our hypothesis was. Clay and water drawing. When we put the clay in water, it will get smaller. I know this because the other rocks got smaller. Now let's check out our vials and see how they look. Here's the one I shook. I can see that the clay is on the bottom. It looks like it's just kind of turned into dust now. Like it's just on the bottom. It looks like kind of like a really thick liquid. It's not mixed in. It made a layer. Now check out the one I didn't shake. That one, you can still see it's kind of still in just a pile now. So when we put it in water, did it get smaller? It did. It turned into dust. Yes. The ball turned into dust. Now let's answer our question. What earth material is smaller than silt? Clay. Draw what you see in the vial. So I'm going to add water at the top. And now I need to draw up my layers, and mine has a little bit of like dry bit over in the corner. And then it's just like a layer of clay, and the clay is kind of gray, so I'm going to color it in with my pencil a little bit gray. This vial has water and clay. Okay, now take your cube. My cube is really, really hard. Is there a way to make this cube squishy again? It's also really crumbly. How could we make this cube squishy? Right, we could add some water. Just gonna pour a little bit of water on the top, and I'm just gonna leave that sitting there. You can dump the rest of your water out. Now we're ready to clean out our vials. So if you can dump any of the water out without dumping out the clay, do it very carefully into the cup, just in case you can't. Okay, I think that's about all I can get out without getting the clay in there. Now I'm going to shake it up, mix that clay into the water. Ooh, look at my water now. And I'm going to pour that into the same cup as my clay cube. Shake it out. Try and get all that clay out of there. Some of it got stuck in. Let me put a little bit more water and shake it again. Okay. Then you're going to flip this upside down to dry. So grab a paper towel. Flip this upside down so it dries on it. Then I'm going to do the same thing with my other vial, because remember I had two. Give it a shake. Okay, flip that one upside down to dry. Now I have my clay cube in the same as everything else, that's fine. Okay, now that we've taken care of our clay, I can dump out my water. I can put my cup away. I can put my vials with my kit, maybe not in it because they're still wet, but I can put them with it. And I'm going to hold on to my cup because my cup is still full of clay, and I'm going to let that sit for a bit and then I'm going to check it out. So now you're going to need your Pebbles, Sand, and Silt book. And I'm going to open it to page 22, Rocks and More. You follow along in your book as I read it to you, and if you have any questions or notes, go ahead and write them down in your notebook while we go. Page 22, Rocks Move. Water and wind move rocks of all sizes. Look at the pictures on these 2 pages. Can you tell what moved the rocks? Mud flat. What moved the rocks here? Looks like water moved these rocks. And people, because there's footprints. How about this sandy beach? What do you think moved these rocks? Could have been the water, but that's pretty far away. What else might it have been? Wind blowing the grass and blowing over the sand. How about this washout? What moved all of this? Right, the water, the river moved it all. It cut part of the rock and land out. Landforms. Some landforms are formed by eruption. A volcano is a place where lava, ash, and gases escape from openings in Earth's crust. A cinder cone is a kind of volcano. It forms when cinders, pieces of lava, burst out of the earth in an eruption. Check it out. A shield volcano forms from flowing lava that has cooled. It is wider than it is tall. Look how wide it is. It's not very tall though. A composite volcano forms from different kinds of eruptions. Layers of cinders, lava, and ash build up into a mountain. That's the kind I'm used to seeing. That one definitely looks like a mountain. Some landforms are formed by weathering and erosion. A valley is a low area between mountains. Rivers make V-shaped valleys. Glaciers make U-shaped valleys. So what do you think? Was this valley made by a glacier or a river? It's a U-shape, so a glacier. That's a giant piece of ice that flows through and pushes the mountain out of the way. A canyon is a V-shaped valley. Rivers erode the steep sides of canyons. Look at this river at the bottom. See how it's V-shaped? A mesa is a wide, flat-topped hill. It has at least one steep side. Look at this steep side right here. A butte is a hill with steep sides and a flat top. A butte is smaller than a mesa. So it's tall and thin. A beach is an area at the edge of a lake or ocean. Beaches are often sandy. A delta is a fan-shaped deposit of earth materials. Deltas form at the mouth of a river or stream. See this mesa? See this delta? It's a fan-shaped coming out from the river. A plain is low, flat, level land. Plains are found in the center of the United States. A sand dune is a mound or hill of sand formed by wind. So it's like a tall pile of sand. Some landforms rise above Earth's surface. They weather to create other landforms. A mountain is a high, steep area of land. Some mountains are volcanoes, but not this one. A plateau is an area of high, nearly flat land. Plateaus cover a lot of area. So it's kind of like a plain, except it's really high. Okay, that's all for today, so now let's clean up. I'm going to take my notebook and my Pebbles, Sand, and Silt book and put them in. Let's check on our clay cube. Remember we had poured water over it, and it's not a cube anymore, it's like a pile. If you can, dump any of the water off that you can without getting the clay to come out. And you're going to dump this water outside. Okay, and the rest of it you're just going to leave in this cup and you're just going to let it dry. So just set it somewhere where it can stay for a few days until it dries and hardens, and then you're going to just put it back in that Ziploc. So I'm just going to set mine over here next to my tubes that are drying. I'm going to dump this water outside. That's all for today. Thank you for joining me in the Science Corner. Keep learning. See you next time. Bye.